Alright, today I'm going to be showing you how to do a simple Hello World app that I'm going to call HelloPurr in the actual Android SDK. So if you've been following the course, you've probably already done this app in App Inventor as well as Java Bridge, and now you're going to do it in the regular Android SDK. So I'm going to start off making my new Android application. I'm going to call this HelloPurr tutorial. It's recommended to have a unique package name, so I'm going to do com.tutorials.hellopurr. The current emulator I have running is Android 2.2, so I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't have a custom icon for this, so I'm going to uncheck that box. We do want to create an activity, and just a blank one is fine. And we're going to go ahead and leave all of these as the default. In case you haven't done the previous versions of this app, basically what it is a picture of a cat, and you click it and it makes a meowing sound. So I have both the cat picture and the meowing sound here ready. I'm going to go ahead and drag the cat picture into my res drawable MDPI folder. What that means is, the reason there's 3 folders, as you might be able to guess, is there's low quality, medium quality, and high quality. And that's for if you need your app to work on different kinds of phones and tablets. But I'm just going to drag this into the medium folder. To get the MP3 file in, we're not going to put that in the same place. We're going to have that in a new folder. We're going to make a subdirectory of res called raw, R-A-W. It's worth noting that there's some silly bugs involved with the titles of these files, so just make sure they're all lowercase. Now I'm just going to drag this MP3 file into my raw folder. And now I'm ready to start. So first, I'm going to get rid of this text view. We don't really need it. And what I'm going to add is an image button. And since we added our cat picture, we can just choose that, and it's ready to go. So it's worth noting we've named this image button 1, and we're going to go wire this up in the source. So these 2 methods are created for us automatically. We don't actually need this one because we're just going to be using one screen. But this onCreate is essentially where we're going to tell everything in the user interface what it needs to do. So the first thing we're going to do, since we have a button, is make sure that we implement an on-click listener. So what this does is it just lets the app know that we have a button, and this has the ability to control that button. And now that we've done that, it's going to yell at us because there's an unimplemented method. So go ahead and let Eclipse set that up for you. And the unimplemented method is called onClick. And so that's where we're going to tell it to meow, basically. But before we can do that, we need to declare and instantiate our variables. So we have an image button that I'm going to call cat button. And we're also going to want a media player. And we're going to have to import both of these. Now that we've declared our variables, we're going to instantiate them so that they're created at the time that the app starts up. And so to do that, we're going to want to link up our image button object with the cat button in the XML file. And the way we're going to do that is there's a method called findViewById. And these are stored in what's called the R file, and this is basically a liaison between the XML file that we were just working in and our Java code. Oh, it's not showing up because I haven't saved this, so I'll go ahead and do that. And now it should show up in our drop-down menu. There we go, image button 1. So now this is just saying that I want to associate that image button with this cat button variable here. And it's yelling at me because I have to cast it, which is basically just a way of telling Java, yes, I want this to be an image button. The next thing we're going to do, since this is a button, is set the on-click listener to this, because we've taken responsibility for that. So now that we've got that set up, let's get the media player set up. All we need to do is, in this same place, instantiate it. So we have the media player. And this is a little bit different of a setup than usual. Usually you would be just grabbing something from the R file, but the media player isn't an actual UI object. So we're doing the static create method from the media player class, where the application context is the current screen that we're in, and we're going to go into r.raw and grab the meow.mp3 file. And all that's doing is setting up the media player with this specific soundbite ready to be played. So now we have our media player and we have our button, and all we need to do is say, when my button is clicked, I want my media player to start. Alright, and now we are pretty much good to go. We can test this out on the emulator. Just go ahead and run it. If it's your first time running it, you'll have to tell it to run as an Android application. And I should be able to click it and hear it meow. And there you go. You've just created your first ever Android application. Congratulations.